Welcome in or welcome back. It's a Thursday Thoughts with Tiff. All right, so get comfortable. Grab yourself a beverage. I'm drinking hot tea. This is vanilla chai tea. It's very delicious. I put some honey in there to sweeten it up. And let's chat. So today's Thursday Thoughts with Tiff is going to be a little bit different. Now, Dave and I are going to be sitting down together and doing a 2024 recap and what our goals are for 2025. We normally do that every year, but I kind of wanted to sit down with you and talk with you about why 2024 was my hardest year yet, what I'm going to be changing in the new year, what I'm going to be letting go of, what I'm going to start incorporating into my life, and what my intentions are going forward. I wanted to do this alone because although Dave and I go through life's experiences together, and he is my support and he is my rock, my journey and experience with all of this was and is very different from his, and my journey and decisions going forward are going to be different from his. So that's why I wanted to kind of do this alone. There's one singular thing that happened in 2024 that made it my hardest year yet. And that was my son committing suicide on July 23rd. Losing a child to suicide is devastating. It's life-altering. It is a grief steeped in sorrow, confusion, a profound sense of guilt, and a lot of unanswered questions. Questions that, for me, I will never have the answers to. Because I have cut out all of the people that were present the night that he died. So that is the first thing that I am letting go of in this new year, is relationships that I no longer need nor want to continue. Now, I have to accept that I will never get complete answers to any of my questions. That is something that I have been working through since Nick killed himself, and it is something that I will have to work through for probably a long time to come. With Nick no longer walking this plane of existence, I no longer need to hold space for people that I kept lines of communication open for. His death allows me to close a chapter of my life that I kept open for more than 2 decades. Those relationships I will not allow to continue into 2025. They are relationships that gave me a lot of trauma in my past, and I don't need to have those relationships any longer. If you have ever had something very traumatic happen to you, then you will know that it changes you. And this whole experience has made me take a step back and look at my life and look at how I have lived my life up until this point and realize that I don't want to be that person any longer. I have come to realize that I have always been a people pleaser to the point where I have continuously put myself last and everyone else first. I have come to realize that throughout past relationships, some friendships, and some past romantic relationships, that I allowed myself to be put in a box and conformed myself into something that I wasn't. I always put my wants and my needs aside and focused on what their wants and what their needs were. I know that I did this in order to feel safe and loved, even in relationships that were not healthy for me. So in order to not be that person anymore, I am setting boundaries. Now, boundaries are something new to me. I have never set boundaries before. So I'm going to be setting boundaries to not be that yes girl all the time, and setting boundaries to put myself first. So that is one of the changes that I am making to start living a life that I want to fall in love with. Now, I may lose some people when I start implementing all of these new to me things, because sometimes people, especially people from your past, when you're a people pleaser, they're drawn to your tendency to put their needs above your own and to prioritize them above yourself. They are in love with the old you. They are in love with the broken you. And when you stand fast in your boundaries and you don't allow your boundaries to be broken, they sometimes have a problem with that. So I'm okay with losing people in my past if they don't like the new me, because I look at it like this. If you don't like the fact that I am healing myself and recognizing that I have done these things up until this point in my life and I don't want to be that person anymore, then you're not my people. So I'm okay with losing friends from my past if you can't accept that I am healing and that I am changing. So what are my intentions going forward? What am I going to start implementing into my life? And this is where I may lose some people. I may lose some subscribers. I may lose some friends. Hopefully not, but definitely we'll get questions, and we'll probably get questions from my family. But I'm being brave, and I am sharing what I feel in my heart and what I have felt for a very long time. I am stepping into a new chapter of my life, one where I am exploring the ways of witchcraft and magic. For me, this path is about living intentionally and wanting to connect with the energy of the universe, and a deep sense of wanting to follow a spiritual practice that more aligns with who I truly am. This is a deeply personal journey, and one that I am all in for. It's one that I am realizing I have always been interested in, and one that I feel called to. The religion that I grew up with is part of my foundation, and I appreciate it for the lessons and the values that it taught me, but I feel called to explore a spiritual practice that more aligns with who I truly am as a person. My intentions going forward is to truly love myself first, and to create a life that I am truly, madly, and deeply in love with. That's it. I have poured my heart and my soul out to you. I don't know how this is going to be received. I don't know what kind of questions I'm going to get. You're more than welcome to leave any questions you have in the comments. I will answer them as best as I can. Again, this is all new to me. Very, very new. But it's something that's very important to me. And I've always remained transparent with you guys. I always overshare. That's just part of who I am. But anyway, I am going to let you go for this video. All those YouTube-y things. If you've watched a YouTube video by now, hopefully you know the cost of watching a video. But all that love, light, and positive things. And I will see you next Thursday.